Who's... Hello, everybody, and welcome into April 1st. Yes, you are seeing a black screen. And Rich has got the stream running. Let's get started with tonight's show, shall we? A voice in my head just said no. Oh my goodness. Here we go. April 1st.
Oh, let's try that again. Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on April the 1st, 2024.
Thank you for watching tonight's show. I will see you maybe in a year. I don't know. Mrs. K are taking some time off. Everybody have a great night.
Is there anything else? Ever heard of Task Force 157? No. Task Force 157 is a secret Navy intel group. Ran ops for...
Gotcha! April 4th! 1st! Hello, everybody, and welcome into April 1st, the Ken Style Live Show. I, by the way, am feeling rather honored today because I know of two creators that mimicked my last 2 years of doing this and saying they were not coming back ever on YouTube. So this year, about a week ago, Mrs. K and I came up with a different way of doing it, and Jim is saying the audio is hot. Oh yeah, you're right. According to the mixer, it is extremely hot. Now, let's try it. Man, is that hot. What is going on? I had microphone issues today. Actually, Darren Gilholm had microphone issues today, so it probably is a bit warm. Let me see if I can fix that. We have William, Rich, Greg, Sam, Sin, and Chris Garrett. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, microphone is way up there. All right, let's give that a shot right there, and let's see how that sounds. If someone could give me audio verification for my voice and my voice only on YouTube, please. According to the mixer, it looks a little low now.
Check,
Yes.
check.
Again, please, Sin.
Check.
Yeah, you guys look okay. Let me check settings for that. Yeah, you guys are fine. Again, Darren and I were on Zoom, and I could hear him, and it took some creative thinking to figure out how he couldn't English. There you go. He couldn't hear me, so we finally got that problem fixed. Just took a little bit of work to do. Sin Vicious started us out with Onth, really, LMAO. Yeah, today apparently is not April the 1st, it's April the 1th. And tomorrow's April the 2nd. I want to thank Tony Wallow for a $9.99 super chat donation to the channel. Thank you, Tony. I also want to thank Rick Lakes, who followed up with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that.
April the Tooth is the Tooth Fairy's birthday.
Is that what it is? Okay. I would have never thought that, but no, I did not buy stock in Apple. I have 2 Apple iPhones, and that's it. I don't have anything else Apple. I like my iPhone. We really do enjoy it. We tried Androids once briefly. It did not go well, so we stick with the iPhones. Long Dog says it did a Microsoft update. The last one was 24 hours and screwed up my audio. He said something about he had to redo his entire audio system. He was gone quite a long time. I put a APB out on Zoom Homies for someone to join so I could make sure it was not my settings and make sure it was good. Nobody from the Zoom Homies showed up, so I sent a message to you know where and you know who, south of the Mississippi. 35 minutes later, he shows up and I quote, "Ken, what is wrong with your computer now?" And I immediately responded with, "I never said anything was wrong with my computer. I said I needed you to join Zoom ASAP." That's all I said. And he interpolated that to be, I have computer problems. Rick is saying it's quieter. Yeah, I should be way quieter now according to the mixer. Let me bump that up just a little bit. There we go. Now it's hitting right in the halfway part of the yellow, and that's what they say you're supposed to do. So I told you not to use your Mac tonight. Yes, I pulled the old Mac out today, and well, that sounds almost sexist. Let's not continue down that road. Let's move on to something else. I had an opportunity to play golf twice today. The first time wasn't going to happen. It was at noon. We didn't get out of bed until 11:50. And the second time was I almost went to play this afternoon, but then I looked at the yard and I said, I better do the Greggy guy thing and do some yard work. So I did a lot of yard work this afternoon. And I do mean a lot of yard work. Didn't mow the grass again, but man, I got a lot of stuff done. Oh, I like the background that Sam's got going on. White noise. I like that. That's pretty cool. Sean Gallagher joins us on a live stream of all things. Hello, Sean. Hello. What brings you here so early?
I don't know. Hoping to catch Jim. I know he's in the chat room on YouTube. I did the @Jim thing and he hasn't responded to me.
Yeah, he was in the chat room. I don't know if he still is. And the introduction thing for the April 1st joke got a couple chuckles out of him, so that's good. And Sam got a chuckle out of it, so that's good. It accomplished its thing. Mrs. K and I sat here and we high-fived one another, and we had it done. And then from today's stream, there were a couple of facial gestures that Doug did that I thought, I've got to throw that in. So we added that to the mix, and I thought it turned out pretty good. We will see.
Well, somebody cannot do his own regular acts. He had to follow something you did a year ago on April Fool's.
Actually, there were two of them. I was, like I said, I feel relatively honored that someone takes my lead. And the one I watched, I don't know. Now, I've known about the one.
At least he said something different. He said no more YouTube, but he also said no more Fortnite.
So, right. Hang on one second.
He didn't say that. But I need to find out why Firefox is messing. See, so I can watch videos on Firefox, no problem. But every time I go to a live stream, somebody that is live streaming, it plays for a little bit, and then I get the circle. I refresh it. It plays for a couple seconds, and then it goes to I don't know.
Is it possible
that Firefox is up to date? But
are you running an ad blocker on Firefox?
No.
Well, you should see the ads in, so it can't be that. I had the same issue. I haven't used Firefox now for about a month and a half. I am still on Opera. Opera seems to have settled down and is working out really well as far as YouTube stuff goes. Now, again, I'm being a bit of a hypocrite because now that I am monetized, I am not reliant upon people watching the ads, but it certainly helps. If I were to tell you I have almost made $100 in ad revenue in right at a month, would you believe me? And this is not an April 1st joke either. This is 100% honesty. Yeah, Mrs. K and I, it's going to pain me to say what I'm about to say, and I hope to be able to watch it tomorrow, but I have to give the credit where the credit's due. Apple Windows training, live Apple training, Doug Betts was right on Saturday when he said that it looked like the date was changing, and the last 28 days the revenue will drop because if there's nothing coming in, I don't want anyone to misunderstand that. I am very appreciative of the super chats that come in. There have been a couple that have come in that I honestly did not see, and I have no clue who they're from. Having said that, Doug was correct. Tomorrow will be the 4th or the 2nd through whatever, and that 28 day will slide. It will drop again, and then in 2 days it will go back up by $9.99 and $5 minus whatever YouTube takes out of it. I verified that a couple different ways, one of which Doug pointed out on his show Saturday, and the other one was I went in and I've got notes that are written on the wall. Mrs. K is not happy when I was like ads, watch ad, super chats, this, that, and the other. And it all balances out and works out to do almost to the penny as what they say I'm supposed to have. Lifetime, I've got $105.94. So the threshold probably has been met. I won't know that until somewhere between the 1st today, the 1st today and the 7th in a week, because that's how long it takes them to process the previous month's data, however you want to call it. And I'll let you guys know then what's going on.
Okay, here's the big question. Now that you're monetized, now you're going to get people wanting you to do sponsors.
No, that'll never happen, Sean. I honestly do not see anybody reaching out to me and saying, would you like us to sponsor your channel? I'm sitting at 1,112, I believe, or 1,113 subscribers. I haven't looked today.
So did you get them?
Oh, I got them. Come on in here, Mrs. K.
What is your expression like?
Here she is, everybody. Mrs. K joins me brief. Now, we were going to actually, take this bit one step further. When the screen went black, I was going to have the camera come on, a separate camera come on, and Mrs. K be sitting where I'm sitting. And she says, guys, I don't know what's gotten into him. He's not going to do no more YouTube. He walked away. He's really frustrated here. And have her build it up.
Oh, man.
When I proposed this to her this afternoon, she goes,
nope.
She said, nope. Why should I do that?
I told him, do it yourself.
Yes, she told me to do it myself. I was going to put a wig on, shave the beard, put on, oh my God, do it myself.
Because, you know, I am not so good at lying, okay? I might, in the middle of talking to you guys, I will be laughing instead of crying.
It's not lying, it's just bending the truth.
I am not a good liar.
Tony Wallow says, hi, Mrs. K. Thank you,
Hi,
Tony.
hello, Tony. Like, when I'm doing that, instead of, when I start, I might be laughing already. And then you won't believe me.
I would second she probably would not
Yes.
be able to keep a straight face in doing this.
I will be laughing at the start. So, nope, you do it.
So anyway, what you saw earlier today,
I'm going.
what you saw earlier today was a collaboration of Mrs. K and I. We did that whole thing, and it took some doing. She pointed something out. There's one grammatical. There's one error in there, and nobody's caught it yet because nobody said anything. Mrs. K has, and Mrs. K is the grammar queen of the world. There is one error in there, and then the other thing is the right on is just too quick, and I have no idea how to slow it down. I'm still working on it, and by working on it, I'm working on it. I'm not going to research how to do it. Not yet, anyway. If I can slow it down. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was, as the letters clicked on, there's actually a typewriter sound bit that you can make it sound like as click, 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 you know. But I didn't have enough time to do that. That took a little over a week to put together, by the way. Now, Sleeping Beauty, Bill, Rich, and Jose got to see a sneak preview of that last night because I worked on it in the wee hours of the morning before I picked her up. Yes, I have on a green t-shirt. No, I'm not following in Apple Betts's, and it's BETZ, by the way, mode. I was working in the yard, and oh my gosh, it's 9:55. I got a show to do at 10 o'clock, so I just threw a shirt on the show and came in here to do the show. Jim says, heating some soup up for a late snack. I'll be in Zoom later. All right. Jeff says, greetings from Lost Wages. And just like that, Jeff joins us on the Zoom. Hello, Jeff.
Evening. My pest control guy just left, so I can...
You get rid of the grandkids?
Yes, thank God. Sounds bad, but had them since last Thursday.
Well, I thought you meant the pest is in the grand... Oh, you mean... Oh, okay, I got it. Got it.
Well, yes to both meanings.
I thought Ken meant did the pest guy get rid of the grandkids?
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of pest, I've been finding evidence of a dog getting in our yard, and the fence on this side and that side, brand new, 6 feet tall. Dogs can't get over it. Well, in cleaning the yard up today and cutting back all the weeds and whatnot, I discovered the property line between my shed and the guy behind me is there's a gap about this wide, and it's open, and it goes straight into his yard, who has a dog. So sometime tomorrow, I'm going to put on the old nice, smiling, cordial neighbor face and go ask him to please block that up, or the next time his dog comes in my yard, I'm going to shoot it. And if he buys it, he buys it. If he don't, he don't. I don't own a gun, by the way, so hopefully he's not watching the stream. I was kind of shocked.
You might want to be careful of mentioning that free little word on stream, because there are some YouTubers that are getting their channels deleted just by mentioning it.
Yeah, there's. I mean, I get it. You can't dwell on it. You can't go on and on and on and on. I think you can get away with mentioning. I mean, if you count to 7, according to YouTube's rules themselves, you can count to 7, and then after of a live stream and it's specifically worded in a live stream. After 7 seconds, you are permitted to use the F word. They just do not want you to use it in abundance.
What, you can't say fire truck?
No. Well, wait, we're past the 7-second mark, so we're good. Kind of worried there.
I don't like what they're doing to the UFD tech guy. They just keep giving him copyright strikes left and right.
I don't know,
Because
Sean.
the last copyright strike he got was because he did a short on how GPT got this one YouTuber Windows 5 product keys. This guy was using GPT to get Windows product keys, and he didn't show him how to do it or anything. He just showed a little bit of the video, and they gave him a copyright strike. And they gave the person that made the video a copyright strike too.
Wow. So a couple things I want to discuss, and they're both from what Sean said. I want to revert back to what he said a while ago about now that I'm monetized being sponsored. I do not see that happening. I probably would turn that down. I don't think I could. I would be Mrs. K in this case, where if someone wanted me to promote their water, saying it's the best water ever when it really is as thick as mud and tastes like, I don't think I could do that. It would be very, I don't know what the right word is, but I would be honored, I guess is the way I want to say that. However, I don't see it happening. The other thing is, as far as copyright notifications and strike goes, I try to watch what I say and what I post and what I do. The thing that I worry about the most are my thumbnails and sometimes my backgrounds. Because it does not have to be, I'm here. And Brian says, I'm here. I'll probably get in trouble for showing that. But anyway. I appreciate the thought, though, Sean. That means a lot
you're
to
number
me.
one.
No, he's number one. He's number one. He's not number one. He's number one.
Right.
For 1 hour and 34 more minutes, he is number one. Doug is never going to live that down.
No.
Right. And right.
Some of that was a little bit funny, though.
Oh, I thought it was too. I actually was amazed that he actually got a laugh out of the trailer from last night. That was good.
Well, I was following after you today. I did 2 hours of yard work in the morning to fill up one big trash bag full of weeds. We've had a lot of early rain.
Right.
In my side yard, right up next to my house, I had several dandelions that were 5 feet tall with a root ball 6 inches across. One plant.
Yeah, I seen that one picture. That thing was huge.
That one was really big. It was sitting alongside a real plant that I want to keep this tall, and I had to hose down all the roots of them because even with rain, the ground is dry and hard here. You can't just pull them out, and I want to get the roots out. But I did 2 hours this morning, and then I did another hour in front this afternoon because my pest control guy was late, so I trimmed and mowed the yard and trimmed the bushes a little bit in front. I still have to cut down a big bush in the front. It's one of those you have to cut off at ground level every year so it comes back.
Yeah.
And then I've got clover everywhere. I've got river rock over part of my front yard. And there's landscaping fabric under it, but it was put down 20 years ago. And enough dirt has settled in over all the years that stuff like clover and other short-rooted things can still grow there in the spring.
Yeah. The nice thing about here, I piled that all up out back. I'm going to let it dry out a little bit, and then I'm going to burn it. We are still allowed to burn brush, if you will, or trees or whatever, weeds. And the HOA allows it too. They don't allow you to burn your trash. That's been outlawed, I guess, in Indiana now for quite some time. Brian said the best part was when Doug said, "Oh, sure, Ken, you're going to play it over and over and over," which I did. Yes, I played it 4 times. There was a reason for that, but I don't get told I'm right very often. So anytime I'm told I'm right, I'm going to relish that fact. So we've got rain. Oh, and he left a bowl of food out for the cicadas. Yeah, I was reading an article about those the cicadas today. It was pretty interesting.
2 different swarms, one a 13-year swarm and a 17-year swarm, happened to coincide and coming out at the same year.
Yeah, that's interesting. Lost my train of thought now. Oh, it's going to rain all week. We're going to get rain here. I've been watching Ryan Hall Y'all today. I came across another guy and was kind of watching them side by side, and they're both pretty much saying the same thing, that we are about to get some storms, and it looks like Pennsylvania and Maryland, you guys are going to get some of what we got. In fact, it's saying next week the Northeast Territory of the United States is going to get, I can't say the word, but you know that white stuff that comes out of the sky and accumulates and makes it dangerous for people to get around it. That's what they're predicting.
It never shows up in Florida?
Yes, that stuff. Yes. Starts with an S and it's got now in the end of it or something like that. Check my email. Yes, I did see a pop-up on my phone that said I got an email from you. Thank you. Yes, Stealthwood says the number one cussing offender would have to be the Salty Cracker. I'm not sure how he's still on YouTube. I'm not either. The Salty Cracker channel is not my cup of tea. I've watched him from time to time off of recommendations, and he just ain't my cup of tea. Like the Ken Style Live Show is someone's cup of tea. Oh my gosh. 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 11 participants on a live stream in the Zoom already. John Williams says we're going to get some rain and some snow that will diminish quickly. You can keep the snow. We probably could use the rain. I had a good conversation with Mrs. K today. Our tulips in the back are about 1 foot in height, and they're blooming. They're absolutely beautiful. Tulips in the front, on the other hand, are not the same type of tulips. They're miniature tulips. They are blooming, but they're quite ugly. But anyway, we were discussing how the tulips in the back are so big because I haven't watered them, nor do I plan on watering them. I said, well, there you go. All this time over the years we've watered the plants. It's not needed because nature will do its thing, and you get your tulips and your roses, and roses are growing, by the way. The clematis is growing, by the way. The clematis is getting ready to bloom. I dumped my golf club water on the roses the other night. That's as close to watering the plants as I'm going to come. So anyway, hello, Jose. Whoa, wait. Jose joined without connecting to audio issues again?
Hello, Ken. You want to keep up with this, Ken?
I'm just making I just asked a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. My answer to your question, yes, you're correct.
You finally got an Intel machine that will work with Zoom, didn't you?
No, it was a Zoom issue. It was a Zoom.
John Williams is asking, do I have a place to park the vehicle inside? Yes, we have a 2-car garage that is slowly churning back into a 2-car garage. I'm getting it cleaned up. Not that we're going to own a second car, although there's a very slim, and I mean slim, chance I may become in possession of a 1979 Chevrolet Camaro. Now, I don't know if that's going to come to fruition or not. The nice thing about it is I'm going to spend less on this car than I'm going to spend on vacations coming up here on the 19th. It does run, but barely. It's got a lot of work needs to be done on it. So once I get it, it'll go in the garage, and it's kind of been a dream I've wanted to do for a long time. Yes, it is a Z28. I'll sneak over and get pictures of it. It's the guy across the street. He wouldn't mind me taking pictures of it.
Is it something that you can fix the engine without having to do a complete rebuild, you think?
The engine's fine. That's the nice thing about it. It's everything
Okay.
else.
So it needs things like suspension and rear end or whatever.
Body work, windshield, a
Yeah, but
passenger
body work
window.
and windshield is something that you can do along, although if you weld in panels, I'm of the opinion that you can never weld them in so they'll never rust again where you live someplace where there's rust is potential.
Yeah, this is all no rust. It's let's just say maybe the Filipino in his life drove the car and had one or two accidents here and there.
Right.
Like, I
Yeah,
can't.
but still, if you have to do any welding to put it back together,
Right. Yeah, I won't. If that has to happen, that'll be done by somebody.
no, but even if you have a professional do it, I had a couple of Pontiacs years ago where we had to have some body work done on them. It just one, I knocked a fender off of it on an icy road, and the other one had just rusted through part way, and I had it patched, and it didn't last that many years, you know.
Yeah.
It just unless you're really good at welding, you get new stress corrosion rust wherever the welds are. Just Camaro would be nice though.
I had a 68. I mean, 79's getting close. I can't afford 67, 68 Camaro. Even in
Like to
piss
have
poor
a-
condition, I couldn't
I'd
afford
like to
it.
have a first or second year GTO, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah,
64, 65.
I understand that. I'm going to wrap it up. I want to thank everyone for playing along with the April 1st joke of the year. I probably next year will do the same thing along the line. I'm not very creative. And Greg, please. But I will start working on it on April 2nd for next year. So thank you again, Tony, for the $9. Oh, and before I forget, thank you for the generous, very, very generous PayPal that I received. I did see it. I have not looked at it yet. But I do know it's there, and I want to make sure that I thank you for that. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Rick, for your $5 super chat. Thank you, Tony, for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, John. Thank you, Stealth Mode. Thank you, Long Dog. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. I think Greg was third tonight, I believe he said.
Yes.
Did your son make it to Illinois?
Yes.
And has he started it back yet?
No.
All right.
After about another 12 or 14 days.
Oh, okay. But he's made it safe and sound. That's good.
Yeah.
One
no
fish
problem.
says it's the first, not the 1st. Yes, most of us know today is the 1st, but we're just playing along with Doug in the 1st. So, thanks,
What would it
guys.
be
I'll
in
see you tomorrow
Spanish?
night.
The unoth.
The unoth? I don't know. Let's ask our resident Espanol expert or professional.
Oh yeah. I'm
I
sorry.
ain't no damn professional. Gee.
Good night, everybody. If you want to join us on Zoom, I think the credentials are on there somewhere. I don't know. I haven't even looked at the stream yet tonight. Well, yeah, the credentials are on there. Send me an email and we'll get you on the Zoom panel. You can join us for this fun and frolicking. Oh, that's not the right word for this. Good night.